The Pittsburgh Steelers get it done in Dublin. What a good game. 24-21 beating the Vikings. A game that was very good but should not have been that close. Vikings scored 15 points in the fourth quarter. I believe the score was 21-6 at one point. The Steelers were winning. Then we allowed that 15 points against Carson Wentz. I thought, alright, typical Steelers fashion. We'll find a way to somehow choke, to somehow blow this lead. But we didn't. 24-21. I was very happy with both sides of the ball. Offensive line so good today. We actually got a good running game going. This was without Jaylen Warren. Kenneth Gainwell. I'm actually pretty surprised with his production that he's having for the Steelers this year. 99 yards he had today, 2 touchdowns, and about 30-some receiving yards out of the backfield. A very athletic, fast player that we're using smartly in our offense. I'm very grateful for that. We have DK Metcalf, 5 receptions, 126 yards and a touchdown. Had that big breakaway touchdown earlier in the game. It was like a quick slant, kind of like a 8-yard post, took all the way to the house. So I was very grateful for that. I keep saying, I'm sure we all agree, we got to find ways to get DK Metcalf the ball, especially deep shots. All right, we didn't really throw deep today, but he took advantage of that, taking that to the house off that slant. But we got to find more ways to throw deeper balls to him because he's really our only deep threat on the team, unfortunately. We know that, or we lack our receivers. Calvin Austin went down today. We kind of had nobody outside of DK Metcalf. We got to throw more deep balls to him. So very good game offensively. Aaron Rodgers played good, but I'm very happy with the offensive line today. Much, much better than what we've been seeing these past year or two. And then defensively, once again, very good. TJ Watt had an interception. We were trying to stop the run game a good bit compared to usual. Carson Wentz, he was inconsistent, had some good moments on us where he was shutting our defense, and then there was times where he just made terrible mistakes. I think it was more about Carson Wentz actually making dumb mistakes, the Vikings making dumb mistakes more than the Steelers defense being very good. All right, Carson Wentz had 350 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. All right, leading rusher for them was Jordan Mason, 57 yards. Justin Jefferson, though, shredded our defense, 10 receptions, 126 yards. Jordan Addison, all right, first game back this season, 4 receptions, 114 yards. So we did pretty lack in the secondary. We made up for it, though, in crucial areas, which is very good. Of course, that last drive, the Vikings were making dumb decisions as well. They had flags, delayed games. They wasn't aware with the game management. So once again, I was happy with the Steelers defense, but I think it's more on the Vikings just messing up, making stupid decisions, and Carson Wentz being Carson Wentz than it was our defense actually being so good. With that said, though, I was very happy with the win in Ireland. I was very excited for this game when this was announced earlier this year. I'm pretty sure it was announced earlier this year. I don't think they would have announced it last year. But I was very excited to see them play in Ireland, and they got it done. I did not want to see them get embarrassed in a country that they're supposed to be the fan favorite in Ireland. I did not want to see that. And I didn't have luck in our last international game against the Vikings. You know, Vikings were a pretty solid team. This was definitely a game that we could have lost, and I did not want to see it. We were starting to destroy them pretty much, allow the comeback, and wasn't good there. But hey, it's a good win going into the bye. I'm very happy with it. It was a fun game. Honestly, a fun game. I like those a lot. I hope we go to Ireland in the next few years again. Maybe I could try to make my way over there, buy a game ticket there. But it was a good game. Aaron Rodgers, 18 for 22, 200 yards and a touchdown. It's just so weird not having to rely on Chris Boswell as much. He made a field goal, missed another one, but it was because it was blocked. Can't let that happen. All right, our special teams has been shaky this year compared to recent years. Last year, our special teams was one of the best in the league. This year, you know, we're messing up everywhere, punting, bunch of stuff. And the coaching decisions that we made at the end of the game, we should have just went for that at the end when we were about to turn the ball over on downs. Aaron Rodgers was under center. We should have just went for it. Go for it. All right. I mean, we were leading. Our offensive line was working all game. Our run game was working. We needed a half a yard, and we would have sealed the game. Instead, we put the ball in Vikings' hands again, in Justin Jefferson's hands, who was going off, Jordan Addison's hands, who was going off, and Carson Wentz, who was inconsistent, but he was having his moments, a veteran QB. So once again, the game management from Tomlin has always been shaky. It's always been inconsistent. It's never been really that good. You have to admit, the time management, the game management, it's just never really that good. And then we also go for it. We were in fourth down. We were pushing, and this was in the fourth quarter. It was fourth down. They send the kickoff team. Aaron Rodgers argues to go for it. They go for it, and that's a smart decision. But then they run the ball, which was dumb because they're 4 yards out, I believe. Running the ball is pretty bad there. But if you only need a half an inch, well, then you run the ball. Being 4 yards out on a fourth down makes no sense there. You know, you need 4 yards to go. You don't run the ball. You try to pass the ball. All right, if you're going to go for it. So the game management from Tomlin has always been bad. It was pretty bad today. Even though we win, doesn't mean that his mistakes were bad Or it doesn't mean his mistakes weren't bad. But it was a fun game. Very excited. That moves us to 3-1. We have the bye next week. Then after the bye, we play the Cleveland Browns at home, which should be a win. Hopefully we sharpen up our defense, sharpen up our special teams, find ways to, throw deeper downfield, which we just haven't done. We just have not done this year. We got to let Aaron Rodgers be Aaron Rodgers, throw it downfield, dissect the defenses, and, just go to work there. Hey, guys, I'm excited. That was a good win. Make sure to leave a like, comment down below what you think of this game. I'm out, guys. Peace.